here, and they start with putting Cuvée on the bench, Roach up in the top lane, and Fly back in at mid.
Yeah, very confusing to convey this with just 2 moves, of course, given that we had 2 top laners playing in different solo lanes, but like you mentioned, finish out this draft as SKT suspect this is not going to be a support Galio, or have they forced it to be a support Galio? It always goes one way or the other.
What?
Karthus!
Somebody get Ellis on the phone! What's going on? Does the Olaf go top and Karthus into the jungle?
That's a very interesting question, given that Olaf top has been played. Noticed it when I was looking over some solo queue accounts with Conqueror. I don't know if SKT knows what to make of this, so drafting for your own comp might be smart.
How about a Riven?
Would they dare? Would it be Riven time? That'd be pretty hype.
Oh,
let's do it, baby!
Okay.
But who will be playing the Riven is a question we will find out. I'm sure Clid saw inspiration from Canyon at the highest level since Kesper Cup. Now, waiting to see. Faker is the most famous Riven. Remember, he is an undefeated Riven player, but I don't think he's going to be playing
I want
Riven.
him to play it so bad, but...
Faker finishes first item, and Teddy feeling combat ready. Ultimate available on Mata, probably the requirement there, so smartly around pressure. We talked about the Barra spot lane, what it provides. It provides lane pressure, therefore, steal a blue buff. Nice invade by Gen G, and their fundamentals haven't abandoned themselves completely. Let's start a game. Approaches to the lane. Just to me, the untradeability kind of begins when that item's complete, is right now Roach able to get a nice trade in.
Good trade, sees Faker on a ward now, though, and it's going to walk back with his tail between his legs for now, as junglers find each other. Clid.
They know there's no way for Lissandra Riven to respond to this play.
Good map play. Just playing around where they know the enemies are. And although we are going to have an ultimate straight onto Peanut, and immediately backed off on, as they will at least force a flash out of Peanut.
So the first item could still be a tier, I guess, coming in late, but playmaking, as you have the CDR and the Magic Pen already complete. Seeing Khan actually lane swap here, this is interesting, trying to have some potential of an all-in, and when you see no health in the build from Karthus, even through the exhaust, we could see him dying pretty fast.
And of course, Faker with Aftershock Lissandra can pretty much lane against anything. So
items to start getting around 40% CDR and all-ins, and now Magic was just on the top side.
Okay, tons of damage goes the way of Faker. Has to ult himself to get away. He's going in with the flash. Roach just trying to get down Faker. Will he go down? Yes, he will. First blood to the Requiem of Fly from the mid lane.
Seems like Faker was caught napping there because the Lissandra ult being stolen means there was a huge damage lead at the start, and the Requiem that we mentioned
to the side of SKT as Clid and Faker looking for the blue buff handoff, and here comes Khan, 3-on-2. Silas not there just yet, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to lock him down, but they do steal the blue buff away. Potentially good to steal, so like the idea, as once again Gen G getting frisky in the enemy blue buff area.
Definitely feeling like they can force things, and their items and champs tend to agree. Roller's looking very strong with an escort from an Olaf. And the Galio, Gen G, they're patrolling. Remember, they have 3 Drakes, so Elder's looking like a pretty big win condition. And will they just get another Bloodless Drake? It'd be number 4.
Yep, that it would. Okay, TP comes in here from Khan, and Mata going in there alone for now, but Ruler taking a ton of damage already. DA is already popped, and Teddy has so much room to do damage. Fly just has to Zonia's, and he's not doing damage during that time. Requiem will come out, but it's not gonna matter, as it doesn't do enough damage, and stopwatches are there. SKT wipe the floor with Gen G.
And it's almost a perfect ace. Only the engager goes down, and it was like we mentioned, Valdez, stack that magic resist, bide your time, and even Karthus' scaling won't be enough. Well, watch the replay here. It looks like a fight might not even happen. I don't know about this teleport, it seems disconnected, but Mata, bless his heart, has to go super early to make this happen, because otherwise it'd just be too easy for Gen G to disengage. Ruler is the one who needs to be free hitting. You don't get to see that in this fight. There's enough lockdown CC to make it happen. They control space, but there's a firing squad circling the members of the Cataclysm, which were Gen G. They skip around the stasis available for Teddy, who hasn't bought his magic resist yet, and there are the claps. Sakoma seems happy. So do the rest of the members of the coaching staff of SKT.
He said nice, and nice.
Could you translate that one, Valdez?
And nice again.
Could you give us an honest English translation of that? Threat, so the Baron is the most important objective, and we're getting a deep teleport from Riven to start this off.
Wow, and look at Mata as well from the right side.
He hasn't been seen on Vision yet, and Mata's here too!
He finds the Varus, and see you later, GA. That's immediately going to go down, and they have no Varus for so long in this fight. The towers fall, the Requiem comes through, but again, it does not matter how much damage that ability does, because the rest of his team is dead.
That was awesome from SKT, just like around the Drake. They surround Gen G. The firing squad lets off its final barrage, and SKT win 2-0.
There you have it. Couple of really clean games here from the side of SKT. As Clid, well, that was good timing. As all the Zhonyas will come out now, didn't even need them for the team fight as GG comes in for game number 2. Very clean couple of games here from SKT, playing to their team comps and outplaying Gen Z 100%.
And all the SKT fans out there nervous at a 0-1 kill score game around 22 minutes against Gen G are now breathing a big sigh of relief. They waited for their moment when their items kicked in and they had answers to the Requiem if things went a little bit sideways. And 2 fights is all it took, and 2 fights. 1 jab with the right, 1 jab with the left. The knockout was out there. Yeah. TKO to Gen G in game number 2. They may not be the 1-punch man, but a 2-punch man's pretty good too. And 2 punches later, SK Telecom confident winners of game number 2.
Feels fantastic, especially after they went down to Damwon the last time they hit the Rift, 1-2 in a close series. They come back, they gain more confidence, and honestly, it wasn't even just that Gen G is like a lower table team here in the LCK. SKT just looked like an extremely good, clean team at the top levels here of LCK.
But let's also talk about the other team here. Gen G had a really good start to game 2.
As a follow-up engage, it's actually really fantastic. Right behind Alistar, you get the knock-up, and then you get the knock-up of the 3rd Q of the Riven, and then the stun. And by that time, if you find the right target, the guy is going to die. It doesn't matter who it is. But that was just the way the game went. And Mata's first MVP comes out here on the Alistar. Funny that it takes all the way past the midpoint of LCK Spring 2019. But with plays like this, you can't argue with it.
Undeniable MVP of game number 2. Tucson and Mata both picking up MVPs on the same day. We have not had many support MVPs so far in LCK Spring 2019. Happy to see the voters agreed with us. Great performance from him. First MVP on SK Telecom T1. It won't be the last.